This is Ricky the Hitman Hatton, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is Lights Out. I'm FAISAL Khan. I'm delighted to say that I'm being joined by Josh Buatsi. Josh, how you doing?
I'm cool, bro. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. 12-0 now.
Yeah.
Very good performance a few weeks ago against Ryan Ford.
Yeah, man.
Just talk to us about your performance. What did you make of it, and plans for going into the later 2019?
Yeah, cool, man. First time I've been 7. That's like the most important thing. So it's good to get the rounds in. Energy levels were good. I felt okay. Like if it was 10, I would have done the 10. Good opponent, Ryan Ford. Give credit to him because he pushed me, got the rounds out of me. But as always, he looked to close the show, and that's what happened. The opportunity came, I took it. A few complaints from him and his team, but I was like, bro, you fouled me a lot, you hit me a lot behind the head, but no one said nothing to no one. Like, you get on with it, and like I said, man, I'm happy to have come out with a win.
Yeah, I've been following your journey since your first professional fight up until now. Everything's progressing very nicely, but you're still at the stages where you want to keep on learning, getting more rounds under your belt. What's the plans for the rest of 2019, next year, and when can we expect to see you out in the ring next?
I'm in talks with the team now. I think maybe 6-7 weeks. I should be out again, and the most important thing now is to make sure I fight before the end of the year, to get one more in, because I think 3 a year, I don't think I'm at that stage of my career to be doing 3 a year or 2 a year, so it would be good to get one more in. 100% will be getting one more in. Opponents, venues and places yet to be discussed, but yeah, I'll definitely get one more in, and then that'll be 4. And in 2020, just keep learning, keep moving up, boxing better guys, getting the rounds that I need, learning what I need to learn, so that when that world title shot does come, my trainer will be like, yep, you're ready, Buatsi, this is it. This guy's good, you beat him, and then you take it.
I want to ask you, you just mentioned the world title and everything, but do you think it's important for yourself to perhaps conquer British level, then European level, then move on to world title, or would you be open to going into a world title fight at some time next year?
I feel like everyone, there's not a perfect route to it as to how you do it. For me personally, I would like to go possibly along that route. I was British champion, I vacated a few days ago. Richards is fighting, I don't know who he's fighting for that, but wish him all the best, and whoever fights for it, cool. But in terms of conquering Britain, when I won that title, I was like, this is it, like I want to conquer Britain. Fights at British level weren't able to be made. Yarde went on, boxed Kovalev, Canelo Johnson, I'm not too sure what he's doing. And then I boxed Conroy for the fight, for the belt.
Conroy at the Copper Box.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, fights weren't able to be made at British level, vacated the belt. Now looking for other opportunities and to move on and to progress.
We've got good fighters at British level. You just mentioned Anthony Yarde, one of them. Lyndon Arthur's another one. You know, Craig Richards. You know,
Richards, good fighter.
Very good fighters here. These are fights that I can tell you want these fights to happen, but obviously different promotions, different management. How difficult is it to make these fights? Because we see a lot of people calling out for the fight, especially with you and Anthony Yarde. From a boxer's perspective, how difficult is it to make these fights happen?
Besides the Yarde one, where I think we're both like, cool, wait a bit longer, we make it happen, cool. The other fighters, I don't know the job it takes to get it made or whatever, but when I had the title, I'm like, listen, here's the British belt. Anyone at British level that wants it, here's the belt. Let's have a scrap for it. So I don't know how to say, oh, they were hard or they weren't hard. I'm not too sure, but yeah, like I said, I vacated the belt, so it is what it is. I'll just move on now.
Yeah, mentioning British fighters, you know, Callum Johnson and Anthony Yarde both stepped up to fight for world titles. They come up very short. Have you looked at their fights and thought to yourself, it's more important to get tougher opponents before I step into world title fights against the likes of Kovalev, Bivol, Beterbiev?
I feel, do you know what it is? I feel like it's good to have those learning fights. But again, like I said, it's not a perfect route to it. Maybe, I'm sure people have jumped from like a decent level, gone in for a world title fight and won it. Off the top of my head, I can't recall anyone, but maybe probably has happened before. So I can't really watch what they're doing and be like, oh, this is the way to do it, this is the way not to do it. But in my head, I think, okay, cool, gradually get there. You know, if you're gonna box for a world title, have someone that's boxed at that level before, or someone that was a previous world champion, beat him, make sure everything's in check, then move on and box for the title. But like I said, man, everyone's got a different plan and stuff like that, so I can't really watch or comment on what other people are doing.
Yeah. Thoughts on Anthony Yarde's performance against Sergey Kovalev a few weeks ago in Russia?
Good performance, man. Like I've said it in a million interviews, it was just unfortunate that he wasn't able to finish the fight on his feet. But other than that, very, very good performance. And like I said, just more respect to him.
He's been getting a lot of criticism since that fight. You know, a lot of people saying he gassed out. A lot on social media. I've read that he's received it. I've read he gets a lot of criticism saying that, you know, he's a hype job, and I think it's very unfair because, you know,
that's unfair.
He's gone all the way to Russia, and the way I look at it, seconds away, a few punches away from winning that fight. You know, why do you think he's getting this criticism?
I think it's just the business that we're in, man. Not everyone's gonna be happy with what you're doing, how you're going about it. And people always comment, you know what I mean, whether you're doing good or bad. So it's just a matter of how much you give into it. Like, there's comments about everything, man. Yeah, I think it's just the nature of what we're in. People will talk, they'll have their opinions, but everyone's got an opinion, and you just got to trust what you're doing and what yourself and your team are doing, and believe that it's the right way and just stick to it.
Final question, Josh. What's your thoughts on Canelo stepping up to light heavyweight to take on Sergey Kovalev in a few months' time?
He's trying to make history, man. So you can't blame the man that's just trying to do something for the first time that's not been done. So with a good fight, I'll be watching as well, and the best man will win.
Josh Buatsi, pleasure having you on here. Thanks for taking your time out, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.
Nice.
Josh Buatsi, thank you for talking to Lights Out.